Hey guys, what's up? Pickup Cat here, and today I'll be making a combat training guide and a money making guide all in one. To use this guide, I would suggest 20 plus in all combat skills, and the food that you bring for this, it will vary depending on your combat skills, specifically your defense level and your hit points. For one defense peers, I would suggest bringing lobsters, which only cost 45 each cooked. You can buy them in World 1, and you'll easily make your money back, I promise. But let's just jump right into the guide. So to start this, you need to start at a bank. I would suggest the Varrock West Bank since it's the closest. So when you get to the Varrock West Bank, gear up. You do not need these runes. These are just runes that I got from doing the money making method. So without further ado, let's just start heading to Barbarian Village. Like I said, Varrock West Bank is the closest bank to Barbarian Village, so I highly suggest you take advantage of that bank. You do not need to have a full inventory of food like I do. I just bring a full inventory of food because I AFK train here, which is also another beauty of this method. You do not need to pay too much attention because there's not a lot going on. It is not multi-combat. So when you get to Barbarian Village, you just climb down the Stronghold of Security tunnel thing. If you did not do the first maze, do the first maze, get to the end of the first maze, and you need to climb down into the second level. Once you're in the second level, you need to either take the portal here or run to the end, and when you get here, go all the way to the west and you will see the doors, and this is the area that we're going to be training in. So you just open the rickety old doors. For some people that don't know, if you don't feel like answering the question, you can just spam click on the door and it lets you through. So you do not need to answer the question. Hopefully that just saved you like a whole entire 3 seconds. But once you get into this room, just walk into the middle of it, or you can run depending on which. I didn't have any run energy at the time, so I just walked. The flesh crawlers and the zombies will automatically attack you if you are below the combat level of 83 for the flesh crawlers and below the combat level of 89 for the zombies. Once you get above level 83, the flesh crawlers will stop auto-attacking you, and once you get above level 89, the zombies will also stop attacking you automatically. Notable drops that these drop are bottom of the scepter, which when you complete the scepter you can teleport to Barbarian Village using the little scepter thing. I believe it has 10 charges, it might have less, but it is a decent way to get to Edgeville quickly if you do not have an Amulet of Glory or you do not have an Amulet of Glory charged. More notable drops that these drop are fire runes. They drop large increments, so right now we have 673 and now we're up to 715. Which is 42 fire runes, and that would go for about 300 and I'd say 380 GP, no, 330 GP, sorry, my bad, but it would go for 330 GP, so that's enough to buy 6 lobsters. So like I said, you do make your money back pretty fast, and these do drop fire runes very, very often. The zombies, on the other hand, they don't drop much besides the steel arrows, and there's also a little random event thing that you can do here. After you kill 10 flesh crawlers, if you bury a pair of bones, you will get a random event. It's all the time, it's not just luck, but these do drop steel arrows, which you do not need to use in your inventory. You can just equip them unless you're ranging, which you can also use them for ranging if you please. They drop about 4 to 7 of them at a time, so you could pick them up even if you don't intend on using them. Just equip them and they just stay here. Consider it your 29th inventory spot. These also do drop noted iron ore, which is about 2 to 4 each. I don't pick it up because I just don't want to use an inventory spot on it. Some people might want to, but I choose not to. These also drop lots of herbs, which you can leave unidentified if you wish, but I choose to try to identify all of them, and for the guams, I drop those, and I keep all the other herbs that I can use. So it's a good herb lore experience base herb lore experience just for identifying everything. You do get random events, and the food that you bring here, you might end up eating it just to fill your inventory because you might not get hit as much. Like I said, this is a decent combat training method. It's about 50,000 combat experience per hour. It can go up to 60,000 and maybe even 70,000 if you were using potions. But the money making, it varies from, I'd say, about 40 to 80,000 per hour, which really isn't that bad since you're training your combat, which a lot of people want to do. For skillers, this would obviously not be the best money making method in the game, but do not worry, I will be making a video later on today for skillers and just for people that don't want to train combat in general or that don't want to do this. So do not worry about that, I will be making a video on that. More notable drops that these drop, they do rarely drop uncut gems. I've only gotten uncut emerald and uncut sapphire from these, so that's not the greatest. These also do drop 5 nature runes, also rarely, but it's more common than the gems. So that's why I have 135 nature runes in my inventory. These also do drop unnoted iron ore, which you can use superheat if you are level 43 magic to gain magic experience and smithing experience, since you never can fail at superheating iron ore. You do not have the 50% chance to succeed possibility. Whenever my inventory is full, if I don't want to waste food, I will drop guams just to pick up other herbs so I can try to identify them. If I can't identify them, that's better for me because that means that when I get a higher herb lore level, I'll be able to make higher end potions and herb lore training will go faster. This also eliminates the need to go to World 1 or 2 or any other trading world and buying unidentified herbs so you can train herb lore and then end up getting stuck with about 1,000 guams each time, because most people that sell unidentified herbs get guams, Terramin, and Marintil. The easiest way to AFK train here, I find, is either to watch a movie or to play another game. For me, I sometimes will play on a second account. Jagex said it is not against the rules to be multiple logging, it's just against the rules to be multiple logging trading between yourselves. Personally, I do not agree with this. I would much rather be able to multiple log on the same world, but I guess in some ways that can be abusive for people that are like camping at the iron rocks trying to power mine, and then they can just trade themselves the ores. But other than that, I do not find anything wrong with it. You could watch movies, you could watch some YouTube videos, listen to music, do whatever. I will sometimes play on my other account, and I just got 60 attacks, so now I can use my Dragon Scimitar. Getting back on topic of the video, this is AFK, you do not need to pay attention to it, but you do make about 40 to 80k an hour, which for a lot of people is really decent cash. It's better than flax picking, since flax picking is only about 35 to 40k an hour, dependent on the price of flax. You can get generally around 1,000 flax an hour, maybe just a bit more. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be making more videos later on how to do other money making strategies, whether it be how to merchant and which markets are the best to merchant in, skilling, PVM, and maybe even other training methods that do make you money, which will benefit you in the long run. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful. Here's the ending loot from the 1 hour of flesh crawlers that I did. It was a fairly decent hour. I don't think I could have gotten it any better because this totals out to be a bit over 150,000. On average, I would say you could make 100,000 if you were paying attention and not AFKing. If you're AFKing like I was for the first hour that I was doing the method, you would probably make around 50 to 70k. So I hope this also encourages you to try this method out. please post in the comments how much you made in an hour, or how much you made from getting from this level to that level. I'd really enjoy seeing how much this works for people and for how many people it works for. And I'm always on with my private on, so if you have any questions regarding any money making methods or this method in particular, please feel free to send me a message and I'll be able to socialize with you. Otherwise, I will be in my friends chat, which is pick space up space cat. I will put that in the description of the video as well. You do not need the hyphen, or you can use my old username, Mr. Pepsi. It's up to you. Until next video, guys, see you later and have a great day.